Welcome back, Smilers. New Miley Cyrus record is imminent. Imminent? That's a word, right? Couldn't be more excited to hear it, man. I've checked out the performance from this interview. I'll put the link in the description. And also, I've reacted to the Apple Music interview with Zane Lowe over on Patreon. So the link is in the description for that also. But let's see what she's got to say to old Jimmy Kimmel.
Guest tonight is a multi-platinum selling superstar. Her new album, Something Beautiful, comes out 1 week from tomorrow. And the companion film hits theaters for one night only, June 12th. Please say hello to Miley Cyrus.
I wonder if that's been shown in the UK, man. It might be pretty cool to go and see that in the theatre. This is my favourite look, I think, of all of Miley's eras, you know. She's done, like, the rock chick thing and had every haircut under the sun, you know, hasn't she? You know, the bobs, the mullets, the bleach blonde. But this is woman now, isn't it? You know, this is, like, classic, you know, classic beauty.
Oh, my God.
It's good to see you. I wonder if you realize, because I think wherever you go, there's a lot of commotion, right?
Do I always cause it? Probably, but yes.
Yeah, I think so. But I don't think you cause it. I think it's because you're coming there. Because, like, this morning I came into work, as I do every morning, and every once in a while there'll be some people there. But this morning, the alley is just packed with people waiting for you.
A packed alley
ready
is my
to
scene.
pounce on you.
Well, let me tell you, I'm just so happy to see you again in my new era. This new era is very sophisticated. And I have to tell you, you know, your show allowed me to create the VMAs in 2013 because, you know, I came here first. And I kind of used the show as a trial run, you know, where I dance as a teddy bear, like half naked, and everyone thought I was crazy.
Right.
But to see if it was gonna work, I did it here first.
Right.
Then I remember I came back in like 2015 and I explained to you the difference of a boob and a nipple.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
I was glad.
And then I woke you up in the middle of the night with a sledgehammer one time.
You did, at my house.
Okay, I'm not getting any of these references. Am I going to have to... Should I go back and react to all of Miley on Jimmy Kimmel?
In my
Sounds
home,
pretty
yes.
interesting.
So this just feels like it's a full circle moment
Like
for me
two
to
adults.
show you how much I've grown as a person. And I thank you for inviting me back after all of that chaos and the commotion that I have caused.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Did you, do you see all the, I'm sure you saw all those people out there waiting for you.
I did, and I'm excited to see them again. I'll go out tonight, and I'm going to sign autographs and say hello to everybody.
Nice.
Do people ask you to sign strange things?
Yeah.
Are there things?
Like their hearts and all kinds of
No.
Yeah, like body parts, yeah.
Yeah.
Are there things you won't sign?
People get tattoos, don't they? Are any of you guys got like tattoos of autographs? That's a thing, right? That people do. I mean, people get tattoos of people's faces as well, don't they? And like some of them now, like, when did tattoos get so like photorealistic? It's mad.
No, I'll pretty much do anything.
Pretty much.
That's my vibe.
Oh, you know what I wanted to mention? I was just telling the studio audience that on Tuesday, there was a young lady here, and I started talking to her. She's from the Cayman Islands. I said, wow, you sound like you're from California. And she said the reason she sounds like she's from California is because growing up, she watched nothing but Hannah Montana at all times. And that's Alana,
Hi.
Hannah Montana, Alana right there.
Do you have any country twang at all? Any country twang? Let's hear the...
No.
No, you don't. That
No.
means I was doing a good job pretending that I was from Malibu.
She did wear boots, though, so that's something.
Yes, for the occasion.
Very Hannah.
I mean, can you imagine that she's not from L.A.? It's
No, you
crazy.
sound amazing. You sound like you're more from LA than me.
You know, I just had you to model my whole life around, so.
Don't model your whole life,
Just pick
but
the
the
best
voice is
bits.
good.
I actually did have one question.
Yeah.
Oh.
Will we ever get a Bangers Tour Part 2?
I didn't know that was wanted. I didn't know that was wanted, but you just planted a good seed in my mind for more commotion.
Have you had that? Have you ever had a fan put something in your head? You're like, oh yeah, this would be the time to do that.
Oh, fill me in, man. Like, Bangers was an album, right? That I haven't got to yet. So there was a tour part 1. What occurred to make her think that there is a space or a need for a part 2?
Sometimes, especially with covers of songs, they'll request a song and it's a great idea. Like at Ariana Grande, there was a request from a fan. They were over me doing like Steely Dan covers.
Yeah.
So they
I still like that.
Yeah, the Steely Dan cover was major.
Yeah.
But they wanted No Tears Left to Cry instead, so I did that, and that was a great idea.
Oh wow, that's
I'll have to check
you're
that-
very
check that
you
out.
really are pretty
Is that
open to this
available?
stuff. You're very relaxed.
I'm kind of just down.
When's the last time you watched an episode of Hannah Montana?
I'm surrounded by gays, and there's a big difference.
Same here.
In Nickelodeon. There's Nickelodeon gays and Disney gays.
What are the difference between Nickelodeon gays and Disney?
Nickelodeon gays and Nickelodeon, no offense, but in general, they do like boogers and like bro jokes.
Okay.
And Disney, I would like to think, is a little bit more, fabulous, especially if it's about a teenage pop star wearing a wig, like being the most famous drag queen for kids ever.
I see.
And I'm like, you're gay and you like don't.
I've never watched Hannah Montana, but Miley just makes me want to check it out. She's just the man, the woman, man. She's just a dude, isn't she?
Disney, I would like to think, is a little bit more, fabulous, especially if it's about a teenage pop star wearing a wig, like being the most famous drag queen for kids ever.
I see.
And I'm like, you're gay and you like don't live for Hannah Montana. What's wrong with you? So I introduced them to Hannah, and obviously they were gagged. They're obsessed with her. I was offended.
Do you still have the wig?
Of course, I have a couple looks too. Shorter, longer, blonder, longer bang. That was for the teenage acne I would have since I was like 14 in full drag every day.
Yeah.
So there's that. I've got the boots. I've got a little piece of Hannah.
Are they on display?
They are accessible via iPad, where I have them organized and I could find anything at any time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, even like I can find anything.
Really?
Yeah, like I have my I have my pig's ashes, and you're like, okay, so go to aisle 8, number 91. There will be Pig, aka Bubba.
So she's got a lot of stuff in storage then, right? I've got to say, I didn't find this in the Apple interview at all, but in this, like, a lot of this is gibberish to me. What's she talking about?
Next to the
Fill
Hannah
me in.
boots. But it's more organized than that. It makes a lot more chronological sense.
Is that
I
you?
didn't have a dead pig during Hannah Montana. That would have been crazy.
Is that you doing that, or is there a maniac in your life?
More gays.
Yeah, more gays.
More gays.
Very OCD.
They're so good. I just have to have one for everything.
Have you ever had like a regular job, like
Of course she hasn't.
store or anything like that?
As a kid, one time, me and my brother, which was just totally ridiculous. Kids do dumb stuff. Like they may go vandalize something or break in somewhere.
Everything they do is dumb.
But I did it to myself. We vandalized our own home.
Oh.
And my dad, who did a lot of vandalizing as a young teenager, was like, I busted out my fair share of windows, but never my own. Y'all are idiots. And so they made us get a job where...
It's interesting, the difference, I suppose, in interview style for like these kind of shows. It's not something I guess I really thought about before, but like especially after coming from reacting to the Apple Music interview, which is, it's serious, And Zane Lowe, I think in the past I found him a bit too serious, but it was a wonderful interview, and I did my usual. It gave me a lot of philosophical like digression points to jump off from, and I love doing that. But these are a bit more. I don't know what they're just the opposite, aren't they? I was going to say vacuous, but that's maybe a little bit unfair. But it's more about fun, isn't it? I suppose, and laughs and jokes.
The karma would be to
and
clean
anecdotes
windows.
and stories and
So
that.
I had Sparkle's cleaning service, and I even had my own, technique, of course. I can't just do something the regular
So
way.
you would go around to your neighbors and offer this business? or-
Mostly like my mom's like nail tech or hair lady.
I see.
Because no one else was trying to hire like an 8-year-old to clean their house.
Yeah.
But I remember kind of going to My mom mostly.
As well, like in these kind of things, I guess, because there's an audience as well, isn't there? So that changes the dynamic because there's an audience to play to, and they're hanging on her every word and laughing at every word. And I guess, well, because I wonder how much of the audience would be Miley fans, would be there because Miley's on, or do they just go? Do people just go to tapings? Like, how does that work? You know, how do they select the people? Is it a last minute thing? Is it when you know who's going to be on, you try and get some of their fans in there? Because they're laughing at like every word, and I get it, you know, it's like a reflex, isn't it, you know? But I saw a clip not long ago with Jessie J somewhere. It was one of the shorts on YouTube, I think, and she took a coat off, and everyone starts clapping, and she's like, "No, don't clap. I've just took my coat off. That's all. It's weird." It's funny. Hearing some of Jessie J's takes on fame and that are interesting as well. But anyway, this is about Miley, right?
They hired me. So I was like, it didn't really make sense, the math, and she's watching. I still think this is dumb. If it was to get a job to pay her back, but she was just paying us to pay it back, she could have just paid it back. We didn't need to clean the windows.
Yeah, no, yeah,
It made no sense.
Were you good at it?
No, I'd like to think that I give it my all with whatever I'm trying to do. And so, of course, I made it my own. I think I was very good. I'm a very competitive person. So Molly Maids, I was kind of like, every time I would drive by them.
Really?
Yeah. And yeah.
And Sparkles was the name of the business?
I saw one of the girls smoking one time, and I was like, that's why you should hire an 8-year-old. I don't smoke.
You know what would be fun sometime? We should put up some signs in the neighborhood, say Sparkles window cleaning.
I'm retired.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Once I became a Disney legend.
Once you became yes.
I rolled up my technique was to use newspaper instead of the paper towel, because the paper towel leaves lint.
Newspapers
and streaks.
Is the smartest way to go, and they're free, right?
Of course.
Especially if you steal them right out of the machine.
That's exactly the way to do it.
I do want to ask you about this Disney legend thing, because I'm really upset about it.
You want me to put a good word in with Iger?
Yeah, I'm very upset about it, but we need to take a break first. Miley Cyrus is here. Her album is called Something Beautiful.
So what's Jimmy Kimmel's story, actually? Oh, wow. This is a surprise.
That is Miley Cyrus.
Wow, man.
Album is called
I wasn't expecting
that.
It comes out. Awesome, man. I was going to take it back, but I'm not going to. I'll just let it play on. But yeah, that was...
That is
nice little tease, man.
The new album is called Something Beautiful. It comes out on May 30th, and that is the film. This is fun what you're doing. You put together a film, not a movie, right?
No, because
right.
a movie has a point. Not that this doesn't quite have a point, but I feel like there's a B, and C, and the whole point of a movie is just to get to C.
Gotcha.
You know, and I don't like when I can assume what C is, because then I can just skip the whole thing.
Right.
So this one, the good news about it is there's not really so much of the synopsis, because the music is the story. Every song is storytelling, essentially. Talking about, you know, being from Nashville and growing up around country music. That's how stories get told. They're around a campfire with an acoustic guitar. And so even though this has become very kind of psychedelic and, you know, over the top for everything that I do, but at the end of it, really the heart of it is just the music, is the storytelling. So there was no need for characterization, because I'm the character. Right. And I never want to become something or someone that I'm not. So basically, yeah, my movie has no story.
I gotta sneak look at it. No, I think it's a...
She never wants to become something that she's not. Well, there's many sides to her, right? As you can tell, like, I suppose, throughout her life, throughout her interviews, and even, like I said, she's different with Jimmy than she was with Zane, you know, because it's different setting, isn't it? And the same as that we're different, aren't we? You know, when, you know, your mother or your sister or your brother or your girlfriend, you know, or your boss, they all see different. They all see different sides to you, right? It's not like you're different people from all, but there is a difference, isn't there? You know, there's probably a difference to me, just through what kind of reactions I'm doing, I suppose. What do you reckon? Have you noticed that?
Important to tell people that because
I
if
wanted
they
to
go
warn them.
Maybe what day
expecting
it is,
that,
you know,
then
as
they
well.
will be like, will be confused.
You have to manage the expectations. And the reason it's a film is because of our technicalities that we're using. It is 1
film.
hour. It's with Panos Cosmatos, who Mandy was one of my favorite movies, and he's an amazing director with Benoit DeBee, our DP. And so all of our techniques and what we're approaching is very cinematic. And it is a film and the idea that there is a story. But I think by it being focused on the songs, what I love about music is that it's open for everyone's individual interpretation of
that's
what it
what I'm
means to
always
them.
saying.
Something
Yeah,
that could be
yeah.
about, you know, my mother, can be about your friend, could be about
For
your
sure.
boyfriend, and that's what the story is about.
that's
I
the
wanted
best
it
bit
to
about
be
music.
blank enough that people can infuse what they want
it's one of
to
the best
see
bits,
in this
right.
visual album while I'm
That's
fully
how
satisfied.
great art is
I'm really
created,
proud
you
of
know.
it.
There's
One
gotta
of
be
the videos
that
in the
mystery, I
on
suppose, as
in the
well.
film
Yeah.
is
To some degree.
called
The
Walk
The
of
film,
Fame.
not the movie. Yes.
And you shot it right down the block from
Right
us
here.
on the walk.
Gets people talking as well, doesn't it? You know, like it's kind of like what Tarantino said it about his movies. You know, he wants people to be discussing it, you know, and saying, "Oh, I think it's this," you know, like the briefcase thing in Pulp Fiction, you know, with the gold light. Anyway, you know, like what's in there, you know, and he'll never say definitively because once he does, it's dead, isn't it? You know, but it gets people talking, you know, and discussing stuff, and I think that's all sort of great art, great songs, great whatever. They're all open for interpretation and discussion, just like life, right?
Walk of Fame. And this one really
awesome.
particularly caught my eye because you are rolling around on the ground.
I caught something.
Yeah, for sure. You're lucky you didn't get a hypodermic needle
Well,
in your body.
so funny you say that. Because I filmed this video in October, and by November at Thanksgiving, I was put in ICU for a moment, just for a moment, but it was mostly because it was Thanksgiving. There was a lot of people in the ER, you know, people choking on turkey legs or whatever.
Right, sure.
And
Happened to me.
my leg began to disintegrate within some way around the kneecap area. And then I was like, the doctor goes, do you have any idea why you would have such a brutal infection on your kneecap? And I just saw myself. And I had to tell him. And I've just have a surgeon look at you and say, yuck. Like,
It's not
they
good.
open up like cadavers. Like, they see inside the guts of humans, and they're looking at me, telling me I'm disgusting. And they do brain operations. So I
was
am
wondering if they'd steam the
Absolutely
sidewalk
not.
first. Nothing like that.
none
huh?
of that because,
Wow.
you know, with this movie, I had a big
Okay, so
dream and
I'm
a
looking
small
forward to
budget.
seeing
I
so
see.
I
what
I
this
had
is
a
gonna
pretty
be.
good budget, but I spent it all on my clothes.
Yeah, same
So
here.
then when
I just thought, like, I was going to say, when I said about it being shown in cinemas in the UK, I would like to go for one day only, but I got to react to it, haven't I? You know, for you guys. So, well, let's see when it comes out. It might not even be on in the UK.
when it came time to, you know, go to the Walk of Fame, they're like, so what are you gonna do? Are you gonna rent this thing or what? Because that's really out of your price range. We're like, no, we'll just go in the middle of the night. Have you been to the Walk of Fame in the middle of the night?
I live here.
I thought it was my last day.
Yeah, you're lucky it wasn't. You really are, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least
Right, okay. Is this what they're talking about? The Walk of Fame? Then is this because I've been there? Yeah, it's not the cleanest place in the world, is it? No wonder. No wonder something got inside her knee.
you reached your deductible for the year.
Yeah.
You okay? Let's talk about another honor.
I
which-
wanted this video to be like so fabulous, and now I've just told everyone such a.
No,
filthy-
what you've told everyone is that you sacrificed for this. You nearly gave your life for this.
I
film.
did, so they better go see it.
When they do go see it, do you want them to be active and in the way like some of these movies now, where people go nuts inside
Yes.
the theater?
In every vision that I've had of this, it is a dance between me and my audience, and I want them to fall in love with
Just
the
like
music
it
once
should
they hear
be,
the
you know,
album
just like
and
it should
go
be.
and participate in this and sing along and dance in the aisles. Like when people were pissed off at Wicked,
Yeah.
I want to piss
You
people
want
off
that.
like that. Yeah,
Do you?
I do.
Will Will there be a chicken fight moment in the
chicken
film?
jockey? I
Yeah,
know
the
all
chicken
about
jockey.
this. That's
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
chicken
genius
jockey, yeah.
marketing, but I'm just scared because I don't know what my chicken jockey is. You don't decide these things.
I see.
The
I think
kids do.
You need to give them a little clue as to what their chicken jockey moment should be, though.
When they see me rolling around on
That's
the ground,
it. Yeah, roll on the ground.
about to lose a leg.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing dirtier than the floor of the movie theater. That's
They can do it
perfect.
too, and then that's
You
perfect.
too can wind up in the emergency room.
Yeah.
Disney Legends. This is something that tell me what it is because I never even heard of it.
Don't act like you
before.
don't know what it is.
I didn't know what it was. I do
know.
now know what it is.
Yeah,
I kind of don't know what it is.
Well, it's something that when you've paid your dues to the company and you've given a certain amount of your time, your life.
How much time?
Your talents.
It's like 22 years.
Okay,
would
well,
be
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I've done about close to the same amount of time. About 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
But you got like 20 years on me. So I think that they were doing it because.
Right, so hang on then. Jimmy Kimmel, what's his relationship to Disney? I know nothing about Jimmy Kimmel at all. I just realised.
They were, I was basically doing this as like an infant, you know.
Yeah.
So I have paid my dues. It may seem like I'm
not
there yet.
challenging your right to the Disney Legend.
You just want one.
I'm just wondering why
tell you.
everyone who works here seems to have one except me.
It's a very nice award, and it's the heaviest award that I've ever been given. It's like.
Do you get anything?
No, just like a Mickey hand made out of stone.
Oh, I
A
don't want
self-defense weapon.
It's kind of cool.
that. Is it?
Yeah. And then
I
Bob
do want it.
Iger, you get you get to hang out with him. You get to hang out with Jamie Lee Curtis. You get to hang out with Harrison Ford.
No, you don't, because you got to hang out with those people. They won't be there if I ever. Well, I'm not going to get it, obviously.
If and when, which I think now I'm probably on some committee I don't even know about, so I could probably vote for you.
Oh, that would be great.
On a ballot.
I would appreciate
love
it.
to do your induction.
At least nominate
That would be
him,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
I would like that.
Now,
We'll
I'll
roll
make
around
sure
on
it's
the ground
extremely
together.
kind and complimentary.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Miley Cyrus, everybody. She's got Something Beautiful. Comes out May 31st. On June 12th, go crazy at the movie theater.
Yeah.
You will see the film, and you're going to do a song for us in a little while.
I am.
Miley Cyrus. We'll be back
Cool,
with
cool.
Mike Birbiglia. Guillermo, do you know how
Awesome.
many subscribers?
Yeah, well, thanks for joining me, guys. My reaction to the song she's about to perform, I'll put the link in the description because that's already out, and the link will also be in the description for the Apple Music interview with Zane Lowe. If you've got a spare hour and a half or however long it was for me to react to that. Love to, yeah, real excited for the album. I'll react to it as soon as it's out. See you later.